Welcome to Miss McKay's Quarantine Classroom. I'm your host, Miss McKay, and today is Wednesday, which means we are working quadratic functions. Let's do this. So if you remember, we learned a couple ways that we could solve quadratic equations. We learned substitution, we learned elimination, but the easiest way to do this stuff was, you guessed it, graphing with Desmos. So remember, when we solve quadratics, we're trying to find the x-intercepts, or where the graph touches the x-axis. So here's our example question for the day. It reads, a rocket was shot into the air and traced the path of a quadratic function y equals negative 18x squared plus 81x. We are going to answer how many feet in the air did the rocket reach at its highest point, how far away the rocket was from the starting point at its maximum point, and how far away from the starting point did the rocket land. Don't you miss this Desmos screen in class? All right, so here's what we're going to do. First, we need to figure out how many feet did the rocket get to at its maximum height. So we have to type in our function to Desmos. All right, our function is negative 18x. Now, a lot of you guys are going to ask me, how do I write the little 2 at the top? How do I write squared? Don't forget, we do shift and 6 at the same time. Well, technically shift, then 6, and see, it'll bring you up to the top so you can type your 2. Now, if you keep typing, it'll keep it in the exponent, so make sure you arrow down, and it'll bring your cursor right back down where you can type the rest, plus 81x. Should give you a nice, beautiful parabola that represents the path that the rocket took. So the path pretty much started here. It went up and up and up and up. It hit its maximum point at the vertex, and then it fell down and fell on the ground right there. So what this means it means that the x-axis kind of represents the ground, or how far it lands from the starting point, and the y-axis is how high the rocket gets when it travels. So check this out. Part A says, how many feet in the air did it get at its maximum height? Well, if its maximum height is at the vertex, and we decided that the y-axis was the one that represented height, then we can decide that the y point of the vertex is our answer to part A, how high it traveled in the air. If we want to know how far away from the starting point the rocket landed, we kind of just look at our parabola and we say, okay, if it started here, it shot up and up and up and up until my maximum point, and then it started falling down, 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 it should hit the ground right here. And that is at point 4.5. So it landed 4.5 feet away from where it was shot out. Hope that video was helpful for your Wednesday work. Don't forget about Winning Wednesday. If you send me a picture or video of you doing 10 push-ups, drawing a picture, or making a meal, I can give you 2 extra credit points to an assignment this week. Do it just for fun. Why not?